And we're back with another video.
Now you may or may not have watched the previous videos on this car, but I've been doing an NA+T build on it, and the build is now finally done. Now in my last video you would have seen the car went down to the tuners. That was about 4 months ago now. That was in August. It's now I think like the 16th of December. Now like I said, I was doing a series of videos on this car and sort of had to end it abruptly. I wasn't able to get footage of it getting tuned and getting the last few bits and pieces done, so I sort of got a bit lost with uploading any more videos on it. But I thought I'd just do a little update video. A lot of people have been interested in the build, so I thought I'd just do a quick little update and show how it went on the dyno, and yeah, show the setup now that it's all finished. So I'll open up the bonnet and we'll have a look at the engine. Now, I'm not sure if you can even hear me because it's bloody. So there it is, that's the finished product. It's come up really good. I'm really happy with it. It's driving amazing, like I said. Definitely a lot different to driving it when it was NA, but also definitely a lot thirstier as well. Mind you, on this last tank of fuel that I've used, I've just driven around town without giving it as much shit. When I first got the thing on the road, it was just, yeah, putting your foot into it was hard not to do. But now I've settled down a little bit and just sort of enjoying it and just cruising around. Now, first thing you might notice, like I mentioned in that previous video, the battery's not in here. So the battery's in the boot now. That's all done and finished. And when I got it tuned, it didn't have the airbox in here, but obviously now that's all done as well. Now, an issue I had when I did the setup, originally, I put in the FG intercooler piping on the BF NA+T Performance intercooler. And I ran the piping underneath the headlight like you would do, and it all fit perfectly. The piping, it all worked. But I wasn't able to get my fog lights back in the bumper. But all I had to do for that was go down to Autobarn. I just got 2 pieces of 90-degree aluminium piping. Just some, I think they were, what are they called? Raceworks ones. And so it's got a 90 off each outlet of the turbo, and it just wraps around the sort of radiator bracket now rather than going up under the headlights. And it all fits in perfectly. So as you can see, it's not running underneath the headlight now, and just running straight down here, down near the aircon compressor, and just wraps around the front. And same on this side. I've just used a straight joiner to come off here. It all works well. One thing I'm absolutely bummed about is I actually closed the fucking roller door on the bumper about 2 weeks ago, and we've scuffed the front bumper. Gross. So what I ended up doing for the battery, I just got some 1-gauge cable and came off the starter motor terminal and went through the firewall. So there's actually a grommet already on the firewall for the shifter cable that pops through, and the shifter cable has a rather big boot. I'll turn the flashlight on. So there it is just there. As you can see, I got some conduit on the cable. I conduited the cable all the way through the car. Went straight onto the starter motor terminal, just there as you can see, and ran it through the inside of the car. So basically the cable just tucks underneath the top of the carpet here, underneath the dash, down the kick panel obviously, and runs along inside underneath all the plastic trim. And then there's actually some cables, some factory cables. So there's actually some factory cables that run up and underneath the side bolster there of the seat, and run through underneath the parcel shelf into the boot. So now I didn't get any footage of putting the battery in because it was a rush job, but I had to sort of tidy it up after the fact. But I think I've got a couple of photos, so if I can find those, I'll put them in the video here. So I'll just quickly show you the battery. I'm not sure if you can hear me, it's pretty windy out here. So the battery's in a box. Now when I got the car tuned, it was literally just resting here with an earth strap to the bolt that goes onto the catch here. So it was a bit dodgy. So as you can see, I just got the battery in a basic box. The box cost me like 15 bucks from Super Cheap. Does the job. But I did buy a strap for it off eBay because it came with a shitty one. So with the battery itself, there we go, I've just turned the flash on so you can see. So with the battery itself, I've actually still used the plate that came with the battery relocation kit to actually hold the thing in. So it's in there nice and secure. The whole car shakes when you go to move it, so it's not going anywhere. And I thought while I was at it, I'd just put some new terminals on as well. So what I've done is, like I said, I ran the cable through the power cable. So that's just the power cable there, straight onto the battery. This one's for my amplifier. I'm going to reroute that, so that's why I've got excess. And Now what I've done for the earth is I used a gland, so I'm not sure if the camera's going to see it, but I've got to actually redo this cable. I actually bought some thicker cable. So this cable here, the earth cable at the moment, is the cable that came with the NA+T Performance kit. I think it's only like a 2 BNS, so it's not very thick at all. But I have got enough length of the power cable left over to do a new earth cable. It's just one of those jobs to do, I just haven't got around to it yet. But if you look down the back there, you'll see it goes through the carpet. I tried to do it all as neat as I can. So basically, instead of just earthing it to the body inside the car here, I've actually gone through the floor and out underneath. I'll just show you where I've earthed it. So there it is there. It's actually earthed onto the chassis, and you can see the gland there as well. Yeah, it's a much better earthing point than any of the sheet metal inside the boot. I've just got a bolt going through with a nut gone through the little holes there. I managed to get a nut up on the inside, so that's nice and secure. But like I said, I just got to redo that cable, but it's working fine at the moment. But yeah, I'll definitely be changing that out. Put all that away, but that's basically the gist of the battery setup. Nice and simple and pretty clean. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Now the car is running a PCM Tech multi-tune, like I mentioned. Basically, it's got 4 tunes. Just straighten up the steering wheel. So after getting everything fitted and finished up, the tune was done by Darkhorse Performance out in Midland, and Matt did a 4-stage PCM Tech multi-tune with 4 different settings. So the car basically has 3 boost level settings, and a 4th tune is ghost cam setting. Now when the car's on the ghost cam tune, it reverts back to running on tune number 2. So when you're running tune number 4, it's actually just for the ghost cams, just for the wanky factor. And the car is actually running on tune number 2. Now the way the tune works is you can change the tune on the fly. So if you're just cruising on the freeway, sitting on tune 1, and old mate in his Commodore pulls up alongside you, you can change the tune on the fly literally instantly to tune number 3, which is high boost, and say hello to the guy next to you, which is pretty fucking cool. And that's the same thing with the ghost cam as well. You can be doing any speed basically and change through the settings. So how he's done it, he's put low boost on tune number 1, like a mid boost on tune number 2, high boost on tune number 3, and like I said, the ghost cams on tune number 4. Now tune 1 is running 10 psi boost, tune 2 is 12 psi, and the high boost tune is tune number 3, which is running 14 psi. And like I said, the ghost cam tune gives you that lumpy idle, but when you actually take it, well, as soon as you basically press the accelerator, the idle drops back to normal, and the car drives beautifully on tune number 2, which is on 12 psi. Now as for the numbers, here's the dyno sheet. So got some pretty good numbers for an NA engine. I'm pretty happy. As you can see there, it hit 470 on high boost, 470 horsepower, which is pretty much bang on 300 kilowatts. Now it's no torque monster, as you can see. It's not like the 1000 Newton meter ones like a turbo or a gas bottom end. But got to remember, this is an NA engine, and yeah, the bottom end is the weak point in this thing, so that's plenty of torque for this engine. And the car drives absolutely beautifully. So I'm not sure if the camera's going to focus there, but you can see just there. So tune 1, it's at 412 horsepower, which is on 10 pounder boost. Tune 2 is basically 450 horsepower at 12 pound, and tune 3 is bang on 470 horsepower with 14 psi boost. Now I was going to go for a little spin and test out the tunes, just show the features of the multi-tune, but I might save that for another video because it's getting late now, and as you can see, I'm just about empty on fuel. Now speaking of fuel, I've never been one to look at the litres per 100 Ks with cars. I've always just reset my odometer each tank, and I just sort of see what I get out of each tank. And I usually, before the tune, on a good tank, I would get about 720 Ks. A bad tank, sometimes just different fuel for some reason, I would get like 550. I'd be lucky to get even 600. But on average, the car would always have over sort of 600, 650 around there per tank. Now I've always ran the car on 91, but the first tank of 98 I put in the car when I got it tuned. I think I got 450 Ks out of it, so for me it was a big drop in economy. With the second tank, I think I got about 520. I sort of took it a little bit easier, and then the third tank, yeah, was back in the 400s, like 480. And then the fourth tank that I put in, I managed to get about 600 Ks, which was actually pretty good. So since picking the car up, I've always had it on tune number 3, just because why not? And I didn't really consider that might have been why it was chewing the fuel. I just figured the way, you know, if I take it easy driving, it'd still be good on fuel. But wasn't the case. So the last tank that I did, I've run it on just basically the tune number 1 and just potted around like I usually would. And yeah, I've got a lot more Ks out of that tank. So yeah, it obviously does make a difference. I'm guessing for fuel tables, the way it's set, I just didn't consider that. You know, I'm no guru, but yeah, common sense. So obviously if you put your foot into it, it's going to be thirsty. But if you just drive it casually, tune number 1 and just cruise around, still not as good as NA obviously, but yeah, a lot better than putting your foot down. Now the tune itself cost me just over $2,000. It was $2,100, and Matt had the car for the day. I dropped the car off in the morning and ended up going back the next morning to pick it up. There was a chance it wasn't ready that same day, and I think I explained in the last video I had a trailer that I needed to get back. I had planned to take the car home back on the trailer, and I wanted that trailer back that evening. But when I dropped the car off, Matt said that it may not have been ready that day, and I didn't want to risk sitting around with a trailer and have to bring it back late. So I risked it, took the trailer home, and it worked out that the car was ready that day, as you would have seen in my last video, but I ended up getting out there the next day to collect it. So unfortunately there was no footage taken of it on the dyno. I got one photo from Matt, but the main thing is it survived, and yeah, it's driving absolutely beautifully. Now the cost for this setup, there's so many variables. You know, I knew the sort of setup that I wanted to go for when I did it, so it's cost me what it's cost. I may do a video of like a cost breakdown on what it's cost me to get the car to where it is, but yeah, that might be something down the track if I get enough interest. So that'll be it for this video. Thanks to everyone who's liked and commented on all the videos of this build. It certainly was a fun process. I'd love to do another one. I'd love to do one in like an XE or something like that, an older Falcon. But yeah, that's for the future. Not sure what I'll be doing now. I'm just going to enjoy the car through Christmas and maybe in the new year do some things to it. I've got a few things planned to it, just little things. But yeah, it's on the road. It's driving good. It's actually driving beautiful. And yeah, it's my baby. Pretty stoked. So thanks everyone for watching the videos. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And yeah, cheers. Gotta love the Barra. Except it's fuel economy.